Hi Aries, it's Sloan Rhodes here with your Love and Romance reading for mid-November through the end of December 2018. Thank you for joining me, Aries. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm not at the office today, but I do have my Sacred Geometry deck with me, so I'm going to be drawing one card from the Sacred Geometry deck, and then I'll also be drawing one card from the Afterthoughts Tarot, for what happens right after. But let's go ahead and get started, Aries. I know some of you like to watch your Venus sign as well, so you are welcome to do that. And if you don't know what that is, I do have a couple links on my resources page on my website, sloanrhodes.com, and one of them is astrotheme.com, and I can't remember the other one, but you can check it out, and you can, if you have your birth time, I think you can find out your rising and moon and Venus signs. Okay, Aries, here we go. Owl Guardian, what a beautiful card. Well, it's number 15, so, you know, I always add them together, and that's 6. So it does look like you are coming through a difficult, kind of turbulent time here as we go into this time frame, mid-November through the end of December. Which is beautiful. You know, you're soaring very, very beautifully here. You're soaring above the kind of the chaos that may have been occurring, or the turbulence that may have been occurring before this reading regarding love. But, you know, this Owl Guardian card, in conjunction with that beautiful lunar energy with the moon represented there and the new moon represented there, it does show that you are deepening your connection to the divine feminine aspects of your being. So you're being called upon to trust your intuition, to allow things to be without trying to push so hard. I know it can be difficult as an Aries individual. I have an Aries moon, so I understand the desire to make things move forward, through your will and determination to make things as you wish them to be. But during this particular time frame with the Owl Guardian, remember that you are protected. You are guarded, let's say, from energies that may feel different than you like. You know, you may be in a place where you're having to submit, to surrender more to circumstances without draining your energy by trying to move things around. So if you are single and you are trying to find a mate and you're out there actively seeking it, trying to make things happen, and this is what you do in order to get a mate. You go on these websites, or you do this, you go to someplace every weekend, and you're really pushing. You may indeed meet someone that way. But with this energy, it's a gentler energy, Aries, so you're being asked to just kind of allow things to be. And that way, as you connect more to your divine feminine energy, you are open to taking action by the guidance that you receive. You're open, you're inspired to take action. And when you do take action, Aries, you're not necessarily going out to meet a mate as you get a date. You are going out to have the experience of being out and seeing what's available in the world. So there's a slight tweak there from trying to make things happen, and into just kind of allowing things to be as they are. Trusting your intuition, allowing yourself the discomfort possibly of waiting, and remember that you're not waiting impatiently. You are surrendered to the moment. There's some differences here, and it's subtle work. And for Aries individuals, it may be something that you're uncomfortable with. Others of you, maybe it's more comfortable. Of course, it depends on your own set of circumstances and the work that you've been doing and all the other, things that make you special in the world and unique. So if you are coupled as well, and you are wanting something for the couple, wanting to move forward to the next stage, right? You're wanting your partner to do something differently. You're wanting to make things happen, which is one of the beautiful characteristics of Aries individuals. But during this particular time frame, you're just being asked to trust, to soar above the fray, to trust your intuition, to be guided to exactly where you need to be, and where your coupling, where your partnership will be as it's meant to be. Having faith and trust in the divine, having faith and trust in your partner. And for those of you who are single, having faith and trust that you're exactly where you're meant to be, even if you're single. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're allowed to be single in order to connect more to yourself and what you're truly wanting. Are you really wanting a partnership where you have to continually go out and try to make things happen? Or are you wanting a more reciprocal kind of give and take? So something to play with here during this particular time frame. All right, let me get one more card for you, Aries. I want you to remember too, Aries, that even though the text of this is Owl Guardian, you don't have to be on guard. And when I say that you're being protected, it's just another way of saying that you're being supported. Whenever we have this idea of protection, we feel as though we have to protect ourselves from something, but in truth, you're being supported. So I want to differentiate between those two words, because one tends to instill more sort of anxiety, and the other one opens the heart more to receive the support that you are wanting, and that's always there for you. Okay, so what is, from the Afterthoughts Tarot, what occurs after this Owl Guardian energy as we go into the end of December? So throughout the rest of the month of November and through the month of December, you're being asked to have a gentler, more open, receptive kind of energy. When you want to take action, take a breath first, Aries. It doesn't mean that you can't take action, but just have a slight delay if it feels right to you before you take that action, just to see what kind of inspiration might come forth, or allow the other person to take action. Remember, you're wanting something more reciprocal. So at the end of December, by mid to end of December, what can Aries? What's the afterthought? What's the afterthought here? And I only read upright cards with this deck. The Sun. What a beautiful card for you. All right, so we have this beautiful. Remember, I said you wanted something more reciprocal. And here we have the divine feminine and the divine masculine, the moon and the sun, the lunar and the solar. So this is your quote reward unquote, is the joyfulness, the play, the sweetness, the innocence here. It takes you back to a time where you are not feeling like you have to prove yourself through a relationship, or prove yourself within the relationship, where you can just play with each other, you can have fun. So if you're single, it may be that you actually meet somebody through a more playful, kind of innocent, more friendly type of environment. And if you are coupled, you're being asked here to take a return to this kind of energy where it's sweeter, it's more gentle, it's more fun, and there's not those agendas that we tend to become attached to as adults. It does also reference children, so you may find that children are at play quite a bit, either in your couple or in your relationship, or just sort of in your environment during this time frame. Of course, we are entering the holiday season, and oftentimes we are surrounded by children, and so it may be helpful for you, Aries, as well, to watch children and to see how they interact with each other openly without necessarily trying to make the other person do something. It's just a sweeter kind of innocent, kind of playful energy here. Everyone just kind of being themselves without trying to prove anything. So anyway, I hope you find that helpful, Aries. I wish you much love as always, and I'll see you at your private appointment, or all of my readings are available on the audio podcast. You can just Google Sloan Rhodes Podcast and it'll come up. And also I have my online courses available at the Sloan Academy. There are links below. All right, much love to you.